Super Mario Party Jamboree is gonna have the biggest roster of any Mario Party game. It's gonna have over 20 characters from all across the Mario universe coming together to play on these giant great boards, and I cannot wait. But as we're inferring, Ninja, who's one of the playable characters, seems to be an unlockable character, which begs the question, who else is going to be unlockable? What other characters can you get by playing the game? That is what we're going to dive into today. So today I'm going to be talking about 10 different characters that I feel like have a shot, or maybe some less so, of showing up in this game. 5 of which are going to be the ones that I really want to see. Maybe some little more unlikely things, just personal wishlist things. And then the other 5 are going to be 5 characters that I think are pretty safe predictions, the more likely outcome of characters that we could get. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below, and of course, tickle that little notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. And without any further ado, let's get started with the characters that I want to see. Like I said, I've got 5 characters in this category, and this first one is also the most unlikely, and that is Koopa Kid. I love Koopa Kid. He's my main in Mario Party 6. He's always the character I choose, and I just freaking love the little guy. He doesn't really have much of a personality or anything associated to him. I just love him. He's just been replaced with Bowser Jr. in the later games. I know many people probably think, well, you can play as Bowser Jr. No, they're 2 completely different characters. They look nothing alike. I mean, they have similarities, but they are very much different characters, so I don't know. I love my boy Koopa Kid. He's my favorite character to play as Mario Party, and it's a shame that they've taken Koopa Kid out of this series because this is very much Koopa Kid's series. This is the series he originated in, and this is where he stayed, so I don't know. Fat chance of it happening, but I would love to see Koopa Kid. Next up for characters I really want to see, this one could also actually be part of the safe predictions list, but this one's a little more unlikely compared to the characters on the safe predictions list, and that is Hammer Bro. Hammer Bro was in Mario Parties 8 and Super Mario Party, and I love the guy. Another kind of Koopa enemy character. He's not as generic as Goombas and Koopas, so he's got a little more to him, and he's just one of my favorite characters to play. I do really like him. He's a fun, solid character. In Super Mario Party, there's obviously also the unique dice blocks mechanic, and he had a decent dice, but like even still, like I'd rather just be able to play as him again with a typical standard 1 through 10 dice with no motion controls forced. I really hope that Hammer Bro makes it back. Like I said, he's definitely one of the more likely contenders, so it would really pleasantly surprise me if Nintendo come through and put Hammer Bro back in. This next one is another unlikely one, but not completely out of the realm of possibility, and that is Blooper. Blooper was only ever playable in Mario Party 8, and I love the little guy. Look at him, he's cute, he's adorable. I think having him here, again, like Hammer Bro, he's not as generic as Goombas and Koopas and Shy Guys. Like, he's a little more interesting, he's a little more weird, and I freaking love Blooper. Maybe this is just nostalgia talking, but I feel like if you get Hammer Bro and Blooper back into the roster, this roster will really feel somewhat more akin to the classic Mario Party era, specifically Mario Party 8 with its roster of characters. Alright, my final 2 are probably, minus Koopa Kid, the 2 probably not gonna happen ones. Firstly, we got good old Professor E. Gadd from the Luigi's Mansion franchise. This guy has been around for so long now, over 20 years, and has never once been playable in any side game. Lots of people want to see Pauline and think that she's earned her spot in Mario Party. But man, like, Gadd hasn't been playable in anything yet, and he's been just as impactful in my opinion, having appeared in obviously the Luigi's Mansion series, popping up in the Mario and Luigi franchise, being around even in some of the old Mario Party games. He is a character that's been around for a while, but for some reason has never been playable. If there's any time to do it, the time is now, and if Gadd becomes a playable character, he will probably be the main character I pick, because it's freaking Gadd. Lastly, for the characters I really want to see, granted this is an oddball pick, but I freaking love them, The freaking Piantas from Mario Sunshine. These guys have only really ever been playable in Mario Superstar Baseball, so I really feel like it'd be really cool to see them as a playable character here. Again, they are also more unique characters in the Mario franchise. They're not the standard enemies, so I'd really love to see these ones come back. I know Super Mario Sunshine is like not relevant anymore, and it makes more sense to choose a character from like Super Mario Odyssey or something, Pauline, but nevertheless, Pianta is my last choice, and these are the 5 characters I would love to see return the most. So, we're going to move on to the predictions now. Now, keep in mind, the predictions, I'm not saying that I don't want to see any of these characters. What I'm saying is that they're definitely more likely to show up than these ones. And I'll go into if I really want them or not when I get into them. So, let's go. The first character I gotta get out of the way is Pauline. She's become playable in like every single side Mario game, every Mario sports game. She's in Mario Kart, she's in everything now. And I think it's pretty likely that she could show up in Mario Party. Now, I'll be honest, I really don't care much about Pauline. She's not a character I care about. I don't think anything about her is really interesting. Her whole personality revolves around her like singing 1-Up Superstar and all that stuff. It's like, I don't know, like, she's just kind of a boring pick, in my personal opinion. I know, like, a lot of people really like Pauline, but she's not my first pick. She's really not. If she gets in, I'm not going to be overly upset, but I feel like some of the characters I put up, as well as some other characters, definitely deserve the spot more than she does, in my opinion. Also, next up is Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong was in Mario Party Star Rush and Super Mario Party, and it's highly likely that we can see him return here, given his popularity and his status in the past few Mario Party games. Again, like Pauline, I don't see the appeal of having Diddy Kong here, to be honest. I mean, I know there's a lot of Kong fans out there, but I never really cared for much past Donkey Kong, so maybe this is just a me thing, but having Diddy Kong here or not doesn't faze me any. I don't care if he shows up, I don't care if he doesn't. He's just kind of a Kong character that I don't really care too much about. But if he comes here, like I said, I'm not going to complain. He's decent, I guess. Next up is Dry Bones. Now, Dry Bones is a character who's been around since Mario Party 7 and has been in the series pretty on and off. And I feel like his return is pretty highly likely as well, just given how prevalent he's been in some of the past entries. I really like Dry Bones. I mean, given the fact that we already got, like, Koopa Troopa, Dry Bones is kind of like just like an echo of that, but Dry Bones definitely does have his own personal things about him, especially as a long-standing character in the series. I feel like it makes sense to include him here. So, fun fact about Dry Bones and the last 2 characters I talked about, I actually put up a post on Twitter asking people what characters they'd really like to see in Super Mario Party Jamboree, just to kind of get a general vibe of what people want. First of all, that tweet went freaking viral. Like, oh my god, I did not expect that tweet to blow up as much as it did. But, as I figured out, it seems like the general consensus of what characters people want to see, these are the 3 most common ones I saw. Dry Bones, Pauline, and Diddy Kong. Those are the 3 I personally saw the most. Of course, there were a lot of other ones thrown in the mix as well, like some of the ones I've said before, but these are the ones I've generally seen. So, pretty cool that these ones are probably the most likely to come in, and they're also some of the most popular amongst the Nintendo community. Alright, so we got 2 characters left. Next up, I'm going to predict Pom Pom. She was in Super Mario Party, and that's about it. I could just kind of seeing them bring her back. Honestly, I don't even know why. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Pom Pom is just such a filler character that doesn't need to be here, but like with some of the other ones I said, she actually did have a few supporters as well. Her as well as Boom Boom. And I personally don't care about either of these characters. They're just kind of boring in my personal opinion. But if she came back, like, I wouldn't complain. It's more female representation in Mario Party, so it'd be pretty cool. Lastly, this is a character that I have not seen many people ask for, request, but I feel like it's likely just because the character has actually been playable in a couple recent games. Mario Tennis was the main one that comes to mind, but they may have been playable in Mario Golf as well. I don't remember. And that's Luma. Luma is the little star thingy that always follows Rosalina around in Super Mario Galaxy. I'll be honest, I barely remember the story from Super Mario Galaxy, so pardon me for not really knowing all the backstory for Luma. But it would be pretty cool to see a little Luma floating around, flying over all the spaces, participating in mini games and all that. I think it'd be pretty cool. Basically, I added Luma here because like I needed to round out the list, and it was kind of the oddball, wacky pick that I could just see them doing just to throw in a weird random character. So there you have it, guys. Those are the characters that I both want to see and think we're gonna see. I personally would really want to see more of the characters on my wishlist side of things, but I'm not going to complain if we just get the characters on the prediction side of things. But I feel like ideally, I want a little bit of both. I don't know how many unlockable characters there are. You know, besides the Ninja, there could be 1 more, there could be 3 more, there could be 5 more. Who knows? Both of these lists could meld together pretty well in a list of unlockable characters. We'll just have to wait and see. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. And hit that notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload videos. And until next time, you guys, I will see you all in the next video.